Hello, y'all. My dog is unhappy because I have not taken him out to poop yet. I will after this, because right after this, and then after he goes potty, there's Thursday Night Football where there's the Saints playing the Rams. First, before we get into that, welcome to First Kick Seahawks. I know I already did a morning stream, but I kind of feel like before this game, it's important to get this conversation out of the way. So welcome. This is about who to root for to get ready for the playoffs. If we even have an opportunity to make the playoffs, right? We could lose to the Titans, lose to the Steelers, lose to the Cardinals, and then it's done, right? Things happen. But as I said, you got to go 1-0. And so you can put yourself in opportunities. And for some reason, there's been this trend to root for our rivals. And I hold on. As I elbow my microphone. No, I'm awake. I am definitely awake. No, people are saying that I need to root for the Rams in this game because it will help our playoff odds. And I'm going to tell you, you're a damn traitor. Hell, I remember sitting watching the Bengals-Rams Super Bowl, the one that I knew all season it was going to be rigged to get the Rams to the Super Bowl so they could watch the Super Bowl in L.A. and win it there. Rigged to get the Bengals into that Super Bowl so that they could lose, and they still couldn't pull it off, so they had to throw all the flags at the very end until whatever. I'm sitting there watching this game, and the Seahawks fans next to me are rooting for the Rams. Well, I'm rooting for the Bengals, knowing very full well that the Rams are going to win that game. And I'm foaming at the mouth, insulted that you would root for our rivals. And someone would say, well, yeah, if our rivals win championships, then that makes us look good. Well, I hate to break it to you, but nobody remembers the teams that Joe Montana beat the tar out of. People are going to remember Mark Sanchez because of the butt fumble, but they're not going to remember any of the other quarterbacks. They're not going to remember the Dolphins quarterbacks. They're maybe going to remember Fitzpatrick because he went to all of these other teams. But they're not going to really remember the Bills. Teams remember winners. So why would you want your rivals to be remembered? I don't want us to root for the fucking Rams. As my dog barks as my roommate suddenly comes home really late. We're not rooting for the goddamn Rams. I'm not rooting for the 49ers. And I'm most definitely not rooting for the Cardinals. Because why? Why would you ever root for the enemy? That's right, Grits. Why would you ever root for the enemy? And so we're coming into this Thursday Night Football game, and I'm hearing these people saying, well, we need to root for our rivals, the Lambs. Meh. That's what I say. We should be rooting for the Saints. For a couple reasons. One of the reasons is, well, the Rams have beaten us twice. And by beating us twice, it has been getting them in this opportunity to have a playoff push at all. And these two wins against us, if we were to finish the season and they also go 3 wins and we both end with 10, we might not make the playoffs with 10 wins because we tie with the Rams and they beat us with the tiebreaker. As simple as that. Fuck the Rams. Let's go Saints. But the Saints also have 7. We will deal with the tiebreakers down the road. There's a likelihood that the Saints can lose after this week. But for the love of the football gods, fuck the Rams. Can we all agree fuck the Rams? Fuck the 49ers. And fuck the Cardinals. So I'm going to share my screen. And we're going to go to the NFL standings / playoff picture. And I'm sorry that my screen's in the way. I'm actually I'm going to do something really quick. All right, I got rid of me. Aha. These are the teams that have clinched the playoff spots. In the AFCs, there's, of course, the Ravens, who are 11-3. They are playing our rivals, the 49ers, on Monday. And I am most definitely doing that live stream. That's the game I've been waiting for all goddamn year. And that's also, I believe, the Super Bowl preview that I've been saying has been happening all year. As I said, the 49ers are going to win it, but fuck the 49ers. Let's go Ravens. That happens to be my AFC team also. Also secured in the NFC other than the fucking 49ers is them Cowboys and Fly Eagles Fly, who we just beat, surprisingly. And as we established in the earlier morning stream, they beat the tar out of us all game, and we still won. But let's look at teams that are in the hunt. So if the playoffs ended right now, before Thursday Night Football started, who from the NFC would make it in? Because that's what really matters here. Well, we have the Lions, who we did beat. We have the Buccaneers, who only have 7 wins. We have the Vikings, who only have 7 wins. We have the Rams, who only have 7 wins. So if they lose tonight, then the Saints would take their place. They would leap over them at 8-7. Great, right? And then, of course, we would need to get 8-7. We would need the Buccaneers to lose so the Saints can become the division leaders. We would also possibly need the Vikings to lose so we can take this wild card spot with our 8 wins. The Falcons are playing Indy, who have a really good defense this year, so it's likely that they will stay at 6-8 and are out of the race. Packers are probably beating Carolina. Giants definitely getting boat raced by the Eagles today. And then the Bears are playing Arizona. The game doesn't matter because Arizona has already been eliminated by the playoffs. Panthers have been eliminated by the playoffs. Commanders have been eliminated by the playoffs. These happen to be 3 teams that we beat earlier this season. And one team that we're playing this week is the Titans, who are eliminated by the playoffs. So we have an opportunity here to leap in front of the Rams. And you want me to root for the Rams? You want me to root for our rivals? What is wrong with you? We have a comment from EVL Marine. Let's be honest, though. I'd rather have the 49ers in the Super Bowl than the Cowboys or the Eagles. Whoa. I don't mind the Eagles. if the Cowboys made it into the Super Bowl, that would be the most obnoxious thing to happen to America in about 3 years. In about 3 years, that would be so obnoxious. That would drive me crazy. The Who Dat. Sorry, that's the wrong franchise. The We Dem Cowboys would be everywhere. Exactly, Jacob. It would make the offseason completely intolerable. What was nice about the Rams winning the Super Bowl is that they don't have any fans. So you just have to ignore the NFL and East Coast media, and then you didn't have to absorb any of their garbage because there weren't any like fans actually coming at you. But Cowboy fans come out of the woodwork, and there are bandwagoners everywhere. They're like Yankee fans or Red Sox fans. They just will be like, this team's kind of cool right now, and then just throw on the jersey because it was the Cowboys, and the Cowboys have been there forever, and they're America's team, which was just a name to sell tickets. If you've listened to me before, you should know I talk about the old Tacoma Dome tickets. The advertisement would go, tickets are $25, but you only need the edge because it's so goddamn exciting. And so the Cowboys were the same thing. How do we sell tickets? We'll just tell them it's America's team, and then it stuck. Yeah, how about them Cowboys? EVL Marine. Evil Marine. Oh, I just got that. That was evil of you. Very tricky. And so I've been saying all year the 49ers are going to the Super Bowl. They're going to beat the Ravens in the Super Bowl. And I might be wrong. The last time I got a vibe this strong, the Rams won the Super Bowl. And so I'm worried. But I don't want to see one Seahawk fan go, well, if the 49ers make it to the Super Bowl and win, that makes us look really good. The fuck it does. They just beat the hell out of us 5 games in a row. And if we somehow make it to the playoffs, they might beat the hell out of us 6 times in a row. That would make us look like fucking losers. I will not tolerate us being losers. At least give them the middle finger while they're climbing the mountaintop. Come on now. All right. I want to talk about always compete because it's related to all this thing. I don't think the fans think about always competing anymore. The old fans used to be hungry. I don't know what's going on right now. They're getting a little wishy-washy. I want some hunger. When they're out in the stands, I want them roaring. And they've been getting a little better. But I want the mentality back. And so I want to talk about respecting our heritage. Heritage is important. And when we look at the Tacoma Dome, like I said, tickets are $25, but you only need the edge. How about them Cowboys? Who dat? Fly Eagles Fly. The Lions theme song. The Packers and their heritage, right? The Lambeau Leap. What is the Seahawks heritage? We're the 12th goddamn man. We had that flag retired in the 80s. What was it, 84? And it was because we were so loud that it would be this echoing, ears shattering sound. It would establish the wave during games. I don't know if that was during Seahawks games. That might have been during the Supersonics. You know, Seattle was known for one thing. We're ignored, and we're going to roar at you. We're going to let it all out. And when people would come to our games, they actually couldn't hear what was going on the field. And people would say, oh, yeah, it's because of the ceiling. But part of that also was the fans were like, oh, if I'm yelling really loud and I hit the ceiling, it'll bounce down and make my voice even louder. The fans knew it was a weapon. Miyamoto Musashi style. The voice is a tool. Use it. The fans even back then into the dome knew. And you can throw off the timing of everything. You can destroy the communication of everything. You need all of the fans to go all in on this mentality. Likewise, you need them all to support the team. And right now, the fans haven't really been supporting Pete Carroll. They haven't really been supporting the quarterbacks. And I wanna remind you about how great Pete Carroll is, because he's been a part of our heritage for so long right now. And there's this great clip from the Pat McAfee show, which Pat McAfee, complicated point of view. Some people like him, some don't. I find him fairly entertaining, and he brings insight. He had a great video today about the kicking game and about how they spend like 30 minutes before games taking a brand new K-ball, and sweating and rubbing all over it as hard as they can. They have a special equipment guy designed, like his job is to just beat the living hell out of this ball for 30 minutes straight, because that's the only amount of time they're allowed to before a game starts with this K-ball. And it was because back in the day, teams used to abuse their K-balls and have specialized K-balls that would be used for like 6 games in a row or something. And they'd be weird, and like they'd like inflate, because one time somebody like threw it in a dryer and it caused it to inflate, and then Brett Favre used it as a throwing ball, and it caused confusion. It was a fun story. That anyways, while watching this, he brings up Pete Carroll's presser, and then he has some comments about the history of Pete Carroll that I thought you would find interesting. So I'm going to share it, and hopefully ESPN is okay with this. I'm going to turn this back on.
Oh man, I'm so thrilled for the kid, really. This is first off, it's a memory that you're never going to lose. He's going to hold on to this Monday night forever. He earned it. He deserved it. He played up to the great moments in the game and came through. And it's been hard. It's been hard for him. Any guy that backs up, that has the brain of a starter and the brain of a championship kid, it's difficult as heck to have to wait. And so he's had to do it, but he had his chances, and he almost put together a game good enough last week, and then this week he did the whole thing. So it was amazing.
That is amazing. Yep. Pete Carroll, obviously great with words. We had somebody come speak to us during training camp, and this person was trying to teach people how to become a president of the United States whenever they speak to the media. His name's Frank Luntz. I believe he does like focus groups.
Sure.
And they had a bunch of NFL people speak, and they had these focus groups, and they had a line on the screen where it would go like up green and then down red with like everything you said, because the focus group was told, if you don't like how he's saying what he's saying or what he's saying, push down. If you like what he's saying, push up. Pete Carroll was the one that was shown that literally the green arrow was just up the entire time. The way he speaks to the media is like expert level, master class, never going to give anything away, always going to compliment his team and others while delivering a message. So whenever he starts talking about Drew Lock with a backwards hat, I don't know if they would have went thumbs down or thumbs up.
Yeah. Right, it's the way he speaks to people. It's the way your voice is used. It's the way you behave. It's the mindset that you go into something. You see some of these coaches like Bill O'Brien. People are like, yeah, he's a great coach. Well, you might have a great football mind, but if you can't articulate your voice and your ideas to people with empathy and with your heart, it won't come through to anybody. And so there's something special about Pete Carroll When there used to be something special about the 12s. People could feel it. You just couldn't quite tap it. And so I want to encourage the 12s to remember, fuck the Rams. Fuck the 49ers. Fuck the Cardinals. That's just got to be in your mind. You got to be hungry. You got to be ready to go. And you got to be ready to support what's on the field. This doesn't mean that you can't have criticism. Constructive criticism is great. But when Geno's on the field, and we saw this when Russell went down. This is why I love the 12s. When Russell went down and Geno comes in. Geno. They're not gloom and doom. We were fucking ready to go for Geno Smith. I love that about us. Let's keep that energy going for everybody, including our coach, because Pete Carroll deserves that. It's not like we're falling apart every season. It's not like the guys on the field aren't competing. You know what he did? He fucking benched Jamal Adams. And then he benched Woolen, and he said injuries to cover up their pride, I assume, when really it's you guys can't tackle for shit. You're getting your ass beat. And he brought in players that can. But the way he speaks keeps everyone going positive, keeps everyone competing. It keeps the media calm, right? Because they're not saying, there's not this big narrative out there that Jamal Adams got benched. They're talking about how he's injured. Jamal has been injured all year. It's not what's affecting him on the field. He's playing poorly. Woolen has been injured all year. It's not what's affecting him. He's been playing poorly. But the media is not shoving that narrative at us right now. It's about how, hey, maybe he'll come back in a week or two when his knee feels better. Because Pete Carroll discusses things in a certain way. That's the heritage of what we've brought in. So let's remember to discuss our team a certain way. Let's remember to discuss our rivals a certain way. And let's remember to get ready for this Titans game like it's a playoff game. 1-0, motherfuckers. Go Saints. Thank you so much for being here. Please like and subscribe to First Kick Seahawks. And I will see you guys later for Thursday Night Football. I need to take my dog for a walk. I will see you around.